Alright, here we are. I'll show you all the material I've dug out. And there was one pile about this size here that I already took over to the bridge. What am I doing? Where did I get all of this? Well, we are going to put a couple buildings up here eventually. That's the plan, barring any setbacks in life. This area right here used to stop about right here. So I've dug out all of this in height. Maybe I should come over here. Here we go. About from where I'm standing to the corner of the shower. I removed all of that. We're going to put a 10 by 14 size building right here. Bathhouse. Indoor shower. That is going to have that black tube in it. And a wash machine. And maybe some storage for some clothes. And we'll see what else. And we would like to have a couple feet behind it. And just like the outhouse, Bucks and Does has the pallets in front. Eventually I would like to make like a path like that. Oh, like the old cowboy towns. All the way across here. So that's about 3 feet or so, 3.5. Maybe 4. We'll see what happens. So if the building is 10 deep, a couple behind, maybe 4 in front, that's 16. From about the dirt here to back here somewhere is about 16. And originally I had this done twice. Done, call it, looks good. It's my daughter's sound. I cut it some more. And I got over here and I thought, boy, it'd be pretty nice. She wants a couple clotheslines. We could just have the clothesline from this building go right to the shower. That'd work. And I thought, pretty. I'm sorry, this tank's in the way. If I could get that up a little bit with one hand, maybe. Maybe not. Shower's pretty close to the edge. It'd be nicer if that could scoot back some. So then I cut back into there some more. So that added a bunch to my pile. So the shower's going to scoot back, I don't know, 4 feet. And then from there, I'm going to come over 8 feet to this, maybe this part of the world. And go over 14 feet. That'll be the building in that area. That's the plan. What about that tank? That tank, after I get all of this flat and makes it all look pretty nice right now, looks like, hey, a guy could build on that. Now Jeff's gonna take that Bobcat. Not now. Not now. I'm gonna go down there just like I did for that outhouse way back about 100 years ago. And I'm going to chop away into this bank, into this bank, into this bank, into this bank, a little taller than that tank of water that it's going to be, and that tank of water is going to sit underneath this building buried. So it will be in the ground so it will not freeze. It will be right underneath the building. Have a pump in it. Pump water for a washing machine. Whether we use the old, is it an Amana or a Whirlpool? I can't remember what the one is in the building down there. Or a washing machine from back home. And for the shower. Get a hot water on demand thing hanging in there. And that's where we're going to get our water. The big ugly green tank. It's going to go up here somewhere. It's going to be on my, well, it is on my list. I'm going to chop away into that bank and partially bury it and then build something you'll see someday. So that is what I have been doing. When I get up here to this area, after I put all of that pile of dirt on the bridge, make this area a little bit wider maybe. That's where my shop's going to go, 12 by 20, and it is not going to have a path in front. I need to walk through here. I'm going to have a door on both ends, so it's probably pretty close. But any of this white stuff, like I said before, I don't know if it's some kind of shale or I'm going to put it down there in the driveway. I'm thinking when it rains a lot, snow melts. I'm guessing that's not going to be as muddy as black dirt. Pretty good guess. So that's where I've slowly been putting that kind of stuff. Smooth it down. If I can ever get back into Haas and put some diesel in them. So anyway, that's what I've been working on today. Had kind of a rough night. Building that beaver dam down there. That bridge that looks like a beaver dam. I woke up feeling like I was 90. And I caught the one mouse. I caught his relative. And last night, something was chewing on my potato chips. So I don't know where all these mice are coming from all of a sudden. And I don't know how they're getting inside because I looked everywhere for a hole. I even went down below. No hole. No hole going up inside the cabin. Nowhere. So I got a mouse trap set again. You mess with my food, you go to mouse heaven. So, and I just ate a little lunch, and I thought I'd take a little 45-minute nap, put my CPAP machine on, laid there for a while, woke up gasping for air. The machine was on, but it was not pumping air, because last night when the fan fell from the ceiling and hit me in the head, it unplugged from the machine. So I never was getting air. So that's why I woke up gasping for something to breathe. So not a good night. But now I'm going to hop in the Bobcat and make about 40 trips down there to the bridge. That ought to make a dent in it. And maybe I'll lay those boards up there roughly to where the bathhouse is going to go. We will see you next time. So it's about 5:45. I got the shower moved to its spot. It's not level, plumb. Put more dirt down here so it's not such a slope. This took a while. A lot of in and out of the Bobcat. Would have been nice to have another person here for that. Oh, I moved the tank around and bumped it so many times, I lost my tape measure. I'm sure it got buried. But I moved that shower enough times and moved the dirt around enough times that I saw something green poking through. Found it. So I moved it back in this corner a little bit. So now there's plenty of room to walk by. So that building will probably go about where these stakes are. Tank will scoot over a little bit. So that'll be in this area. We did have a nice little shower. I just stayed in the Bobcat and moved dirt, moved dirt, moved dirt, moved dirt. Probably sleeping like I'm in it tonight. But I got rid of all of that. There's a little bit left there, but I didn't feel like getting out of the truck. I didn't want to bend any of my metal posts. Yeah. Didn't want to get out. So I extended this over a little bit farther. Just make it easier to get up in there. Somewhere in this area, supposedly 20 feet away from this easement road, in case FIRE trucks ever have to get up through here. You're supposed to be 20 feet away, like the cabin is. Will be my shop. Shop in a little man room, we'll call it. And in between the two, I'm not going to walk down to the dam. You guys can see another time how much dirt I took down there. That was getting kind of boring. Somewhere in this area, I'm going to, sorry about the sunshine, it feels good. I'm going to dig out a sloped trench and somehow have a stairway right there. I'm not sure. I got 2 or 3 ideas. So a person doesn't have to walk all the way down there or all the way down there. That's going to be different too. Have something in the middle. And also when I attempt a second or a third cut up here in the next few days, I'm going to do the same thing up there also. Maybe out of some logs, rocks. I don't know. Sure it's quiet here. I heard the lady in Spain passed away last night that was 117. She's the 8th oldest person ever. Ever. I thought that was pretty cool. They asked her what was the secret. And it wasn't a shot of this or a glass of wine. Or she said avoid stress and toxic people. Hello. All right. We'll see ya. Well, here's what I worked on after lunch. I forgot to film anything, I believe. The forklift, or the forks, I'm tired, would not grab my outdoor shower in the right place. They weren't long enough, and it would not lift it high enough. So that was one catastrophe after another. Let's just say it almost went over the edge, and then I almost went over the edge. And I got the bathtub and all the accessories down there, but that slid off a couple times. Things didn't go smooth. When the guy came through here with the bulldozer, I asked him how does he know everything's flat. He says he just knows. Okay, so I don't know about this. Flat with a bubble in a level, that's what we're talking about. We'll see. But down here it really started to slope downhill fast. He couldn't get too close to the outhouse. So I had to dig a lot of dirt and put it in here. And I'm pretty close. That is where we were going to put the next building. Back up. For that, I made a management decision, and I'm going to put I did put the shower right there. And it's not level or plumb or all those words. I want to have a walking path right here in front of everything too. So we'll see. But I got that into position. Luckily, my little skid loader fit right under here like a little tunnel. I could move it around with the bucket without it teetering and tottering. But let me get down here before I fall. I don't know if you can tell. That's how much dirt I had to put there. Probably 3 feet. I tried to dig away some of this. So I don't know how we're gonna, I think I'm gonna plant a bush or something right here. We did order some lilac bushes. Maybe I could put one of them right here. I got some other sweet shrubs. Maybe I'll put one of them, I don't know. Something will go here to kind of pretty up in between. But as you're coming up the lane or coming down the ramp from the building, you got a little protection there. And I think we're going to get a shower curtain for this side. We'll see. But that's what I've been working on. I feel like I've been on a carnival ride. So I'm calling it quits. It's about 5:15. We'll catch you later. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm taking tomorrow off. Got some friends up here. That's what they do. Seems like a good policy. We'll see you when we see you. With one full day of the Bobcat yesterday, Saturday, I got all of this dug out. All the way right in this area is where the solar's going to go. And way over here, gotta do some more digging. Someday there's a smaller little cabin called the bunkhouse. It's gonna go in this area. A little more digging. That's the good news. Bad news. Brace yourself. Yesterday at 5 o'clock, I said I think I'm going to quit. I was exhausted. Nope. Jeff's got to go and do more. I'm smoothing this out. I put a couple more piles here since. Smoothing this out. And I felt it go. And over the edge we went. Me and the Bobcat went over the edge. show you some pictures here. That's what my head looks like. I know I got a bruise on the side of my leg, probably about the size of a basketball. I laid there for a little while wondering how I was going to get out. But the door opened enough that I squeezed my thin body right out of there. So we were down here. It's a mess now. The rental company, two guys came with 2 winches, about 9 chains, all kinds of other stuff. Tipped it up, dragged it onto a trailer. Took about 3.5 hours and got it out of here. Hopefully, everybody cross your fingers, nothing's wrong with it. That's the only little spot. They weren't too worried about that, but they said oil gets in things. So I do have that on my brain right now. But yep, I came off with this. Let's see, I'm about 6 foot, so I don't know, 9 foot fall. And we were going backwards. And the funny thing, if you want to call it funny, is I'm laying here, or as I came back up here last night to look at it again, it was facing forward. That means as we came down, I even did a complete flip and then landed. They said, dude, you must have had quite a ride. That's what they said. That's the bad. The ugly will be, I guess, whenever I talk to them on the phone. Because I did not get the insurance thing. That was 10%. I wasn't going to pay $140. But the ground was soft up there. Once we started to go, I could feel it and I just held on. Get my head on something. I had blood on the side of my face. I kind of looked like a Donald Trump. But that's how far we got. 2.5 days with the Bobcat. Now I got nothing. I got Hoss. He takes a lot longer. They told me I should get a mini excavator. I never used one of those. So we shall see if I come back with another piece of machinery or what I do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Today I'm going to do nothing. We'll see ya. Okay, I haven't recorded anything in a couple days. What's been going on? The crunched trailer is gone. A very brave truck driver with a big, long flatbed truck came, hooked onto it, took it away. Insurance money is on the way. That's a plus. A couple mornings ago, I was sitting at the table, and for about 4 seconds down there, I saw a mama bobcat and 3 of her babies. So that's the first time I've ever seen a bobcat. That was exciting. Oh, and I don't have to point over there, but I had a small box on the ramp of things from inside the cabin that I didn't think needed to be in there, so I was going to put them in the building. I put the box on the ramp. It was a day where I went to a place where I get enough signal where I can call back home. And when I came back, two of the empty Jif peanut butter jars that I like to use for screws and nails, they were cleaned. They've been through a dishwasher. They've sat around in the back porch for months. Two of them were squashed. One was at the bottom of the ramp in the driveway. The other one was up by the swing. It was squashed. The lid broke off. And they both had bite marks or claw marks in them. I'm thinking I had a bear when I was away on a phone call. There's the view this morning. Sounds like the neighbor's taking a trailer down the road. Since my little roller coaster ride, I was in this neighborhood. I don't know if I mentioned it. Got to looking at it, and the whole thing, I flipped it head over heels because I was going backwards, trying to smooth this out. And down there, the bucket was going the opposite direction. So not only did I go down the hill and put it on its side, but I flipped it head over heels. And the guys came on Sunday, and with 2 winches, chains, pulleys, hooked onto that tree, hooked onto their truck, they dragged it onto a trailer, took it away. And they looked at it, and they're pretty sure the engine's okay. I keep looking up here because every day I see something now. One day back here I saw 7 bucks together. I've seen 4 bucks together. You know, now that there's been a bear around, and I've seen bobcats, turkeys. Anyway, back to this. They took a little bit of oil out of the cylinders, but one of the tracks is out of whack. They said it's one side's a little higher than the other. So for their insurance, they had it sent to a Bobcat dealership. So I don't know what's going to happen there yet. But I'm getting a refund because I paid for a week. I only had it for 2 days. And then I'll have to pay for whatever has to get fixed. Hopefully something little. Okay. So that's about as far as I got with the Bobcat. Here's how far I got with my own hoss. Let's see. I need to dig this out some more, but this is how wide it is up here now. And obviously those are my solar poles. So the solar panels are going to sit in this area. Up here, I can get this. And that. That big tree's going to come down one of these days. With some help. Okay, so that's going to start there and kind of come this direction. Solar. You know, until about around here. There's the tank for that building. I'm going to cut a notch into that cutout and put the tank in the ground. Okay, and then about in this area, I'm going to cut out some more. And more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And someday there's going to be a bunkhouse guest cabin right here. Not as fancy as the Shangri-La right there. But something grandkids or whoever can come and sleep in. Might just be full of a bunch of bunk beds. And a wood stove. I don't even know if I'll insulate it. Alright. Then I kept going. The deer like this. I wanted to make a trail all the way around. I don't know what I'm going to have after the bunkhouse. Who knows? This is could be where chickens go someday. Garden stuff. I'm planning on making some kind of steps right here. Dig this out and some kind of steps to the bottom. So we got this trail going all the way around. See the deer? They're very appreciative of the flat ground now. And I took that all the way down to the bottom. I'm not going to walk it. I'm already breathing too much. It's about 6:30 in the morning. So that's what I've done. It was hot, dusty. We've had a couple little rains now, so it's a lot better now. It's only about 32 degrees right now, August 27, somewhere around there. So, and my little roller coaster ride goofed me up a little bit. So for about a half a day I just watched movies. But now I'm ready to rock and roll.